Good Monday morning. Hope everybody had a super weekend on this July 14th. Welcome to our all streaming program here at 8:30. Mitch and Casey will have a look at the news in a moment. We have some folks that are on already. We do appreciate it. Good morning to you, Judy. Good morning to you, Shelby. And if you have any questions, we'll get on our Facebook and we'll update that for you. Let's start with the travel forecast. This busy travel season. We'll take this full here so you can absorb that. If you're traveling by car to St. Louis, Louisville, down to Nashville, Memphis, we're up into Indianapolis, you're in pretty good shape. Lauren, Mike, Sean, Cheyenne, Kathy, good morning to you. So we'll start here with the travel forecast. And as far as air quality alerts, they're now up in Michigan, Wisconsin, northern stretches of Minnesota, kind of over that dome there of high pressure, and then out in stretches there of Colorado, includes Durango, and then back through Grand Junction, and the areas up towards Fort Collins. But this is all outside of our area. We've been in really good shape as far as that's been concerned. And as far as any heat alerts, generally they're to our south down through Atlanta. Last week they were up in Montana, of all places, so pretty quiet. We had, of course, our heat advisories there in late June. And pretty much we're looking at seasonable temps as we go through the week. Our average high is about 90. We'll hover close to 90 each day. And we've had 3 days in the 80s this month, which we'll cover in a moment. Now, we do have a level 1 isolated threat for a few severe thunderstorms. Generally the best case during the afternoon and evening. We've had no lightning across the viewing area this morning. That's all been to the south, but the Storm Prediction Center moved this just a bit. Includes southern stretches of Ohio. I'll take this full. Generally Hopkins and Muhlenberg counties. Now we're not looking at a tornado threat or anything like that. Generally brief damaging winds would be possible. A little nowcasting here on Doppler radar. We'll take a look at those showers. Get down south of Hartford, Beaver Dam, down to about Rochester, into Butler County, and then into Muhlenberg, right along the Muhlenberg Ohio County line. And then just north of Hopkinsville, still no lightning. And then up over Seabury, just a little light shower there in progress. So all rain, all the lightning has been outside of our viewing area. But that will change just north there of White Sox and then out towards Eccles right along the Green River. Rockport on the Kentucky side. Seabury and Beech Grove right along the Green River, little shower there in progress. Here's the wide view. All the storms generally are up in eastern stretches of Ohio, but pretty quiet as far as lightning is concerned, and a few storms south there of Dallas. We'll take a look at the almanac page, headed for highs of 88 this afternoon. 106, what a sweltering summer. The hottest summer officially on the books in 1936. We had the state record that year up towards Rensselaer. Here's the guidance now. Last week it was indicating we'd be slightly underneath the average, but the new outlooks are in from the Climate Prediction Center. So we'll be hovering slightly above average. A little cooler up through Wisconsin and Minnesota. But out over the next 8 to 9 days, doesn't look to be any major heat waves or anything like that as far as that is concerned. And precipitation, even though July, we've had 6/10 in the rain gauge, is slightly underneath the average. Now some areas in Gibson County over the weekend had up over 2 inches of rain. But the trend is we're going to be slightly above average as far as our precipitation is concerned. Take a look at temps. Everybody right now in the 70s. We do have overcast skies out there right now. And that's the trend here early, generally cloudy skies, and then we'll evolve into some sunshine. And here's the cloud guidance. Here's the cloud chart, one of my favorite maps. Generally cloudy to overcast skies, a little bit of sunshine during the afternoon. So we're along the stalled front overall, so we're not expecting much in the way of sun, but I think we'll see a little bit as we go into the afternoon. Let's take a look at the next 12 hours. We have low clouds out there right now. Those clouds down just under 1,000 feet or so. A little bit of sunshine as we go to the afternoon with high temps generally into the upper 80s. And as far as the heat index is concerned, the heat index will be hovering about 98. And this is pretty standard here for the month of July. Let's go to the hourlies. I'm using the in-house guidance, and then we start to see more in the way of showers and storms during the afternoon. Can't rule out a severe thunderstorm warning or two, but not expecting widespread severe weather. The highest concentration is along those western Kentucky counties. Of course, we have a lot of county fairs in progress, Warwick, Du Bois, and then Posey. And then they finish off the Perry County Fair, I believe, tonight. And this takes us through tonight. And then we'll kind of rinse and repeat as we go into Tuesday, but I wanted to cover the severe weather threats. We're not in a hail or tornado threat. Brief damaging winds, as I mentioned, down through Central City and Greenville and those locations. As we go through tomorrow during the morning, a few scattered spotty showers, but the best setup, kind of a little more coverage as we go into Tuesday afternoon and then into Tuesday night. And I'll cover the severe weather threats on Tuesday. This is the pattern we'll be in on Wednesday and Thursday as well. So the best firing time for showers and storms will be during the afternoon and evening. I pushed this through Wednesday. So the severe weather threats on Tuesday covering, generally North Platte up through Norfolk, Nebraska, and then you get up into Sioux Falls to about Chamberlain, South Dakota, and those level 1 threats back through Minnesota and into sections there of Wisconsin. There's a 7-day. I'm going to grab this full so you can see it so I can get out of the way. And how you look at this 7-day forecast and you pick out a month, you say, this is the month of July overall. Good morning to you, Nathan. Good morning, Kathy. Tyler, good morning to you. Connie, appreciate the comments on Facebook. Lendro, and again. Cloud is under a rain cut. Well, yeah, you might need some rain gear as we go to the afternoon and evening. And it's a good point because some of these areas could see a fast 1 up to 2 inches of rain. So we always have that isolated flooding threat during this time of the year. David, good morning to you. So we appreciate you joining us on our all streaming. Of course, you'll have to ask Casey. She was out at the Gibson County Fair on Friday night introducing Colt Ford. And guess who's back in the house? Mitch is back. He's back after taking some well-deserved time off. We'll have more with the news gang in a moment.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good morning. How's it going?
He's back, you guys. Welcome back. Mitch
Thank you.
Carter.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Got a little bit of a suntan, had a week-long vacation.
That's right.
We were happy for you, but we were also a little jealous while you were gone. So
Sorry.
I had to hold down this show solo, and it is weird when you're by yourself.
It is hard,
It's not
yeah.
as much fun. So
Definitely.
Plus, you've babied me by pushing all the right buttons, and I was in here, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. But you know what,
Make everything
team?
work.
We handled it. Me and my loyal, those of you who tune in every day, we held it down. So welcome back. We're glad to have you.
Happy to be here. I know they drove me back here kicking and screaming to get back at work, but I'm out of PTO days. CTV show 8:30 in the morning. It is Monday, July 14th. Let's do it.
All right, we got a couple of headlines we're going to cover here. Starting off over in Owensboro, you guys know this is happening. We've been talking about it for so long, but the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet officials say that the closure on the Blue Bridge in Owensboro will start today, you guys. Officials tell us that crews will be replacing the aging bridge deck along with repairing concrete and bridge joints there. Now, once that starts, officials say they are hoping to have the bridge back open by October. So So, of course, fingers crossed that work goes nice and smooth
Yes.
and quick.
That's a big main thoroughfare there, of course, between Owensboro and Rio there. So, of course, for those who use that, keep that in mind. Maybe want to find another route. Go starting today, of course, then up until October. That's a lot of work being done there. And, of course, it'll be completely shut down. So keep that in mind. Once again, here, cannot stress that enough. We've talked about it a lot. It's here now. So
Yes.
there we are.
It's happening, folks.
That's right.
I like the phrase pack your patience.
Yeah,
So-
right. Be ready for that. Well,
Yeah.
shifting gears here, another traffic alert starting the day as well. NDOT saying it may cause some headaches for Perry Heights teachers and families ahead of the first day of school coming up here. I'll get rid of that lower third so you can see the full map here. We're talking about Bainey Camp Road north of the Lloyd that's going to be closed as part of the West Side Improvement Project. That closure is expected to last for about 30 days there. Officials say you'll need to access Bainey Camp from the north if you normally use the Lloyd, and the project will add and lengthen lanes at the intersection there, as well as pavement markings and signage. Traffic signals will also be replaced there. NDOT also says work will occur there throughout 2026, so unfortunately not going anywhere anytime soon. Hopefully it's good to go for school starting for those parents out there, but a lot of work going on the west side there.
That's right. We're doing our best to keep you up to date on all this construction, of course. Of course, we covered that. Now, another story we pulled for you here. We're gonna switch gears and talk about some county fairs
That's right.
happening today. The Posey County Fair will kick off in New Harmony. Going to pull this full screen up for you. I made this full screen here. Sorry, it's a little blurry. That's on me, guys. Just a couple events that we wanted to let you know about. It's all going to start tonight. Again, Posey County Fair kicking off in New Harmony at 5 o'clock with a meal provided by the Posey County Fair Association, and that's going to be followed by the 4-H food auction starting at 5:30. Then at 7 o'clock, the gates are going to open for night one of the professional rodeo featuring bulls, trick riders, and so much more. Of course, we're going to have a full schedule of events this week, all happening over on our website, 14news.com.
That's
So
right.
if you need to know what's happening, that'll be on our website for you. Like I said, I pulled that graphic. Sorry if it was a little fuzzy there for you guys, but I made it
It's
myself.
all right. That's fine. We're having fun here. And of course, speaking
Yes.
of fairs, so if you made it out to Gibson County's fair this weekend, you may have seen a familiar face.
let's
Not talking about our
see.
headliner, Colt Ford, but of course, Casey Mason was out there for
Hold
us.
your
Casey,
applause.
run the video. Take it away.
Look at her go, folks. They gave me a microphone, and let me tell you what, I don't know if they should have or not, because I was a ham up there. So this was the 169th annual Gibson County Fair. And for those of you that know, I did not move to the tri-state to become a part of 14 News. I am from the tri-state, born and raised there in Gibson County. So felt good to be a hometown gal up there back in Princeton, Indiana. I went to high school, graduated the Tigers. Shout out. Won't say what
Tigers.
year I graduated. We're not going to mention that year because then you guys will do the math. So yeah, this was a great time. You're taking a look at some of the pictures there. I got to interview the new reigning queen court for this year's county fair. Lots of wonderful young ladies there. They took the stage with me, and then I got to introduce that guy right there. That's Colt Ford. He's kind of a mix of country music, rap meets a little bit of everything with him. Rock and roll. There's some folks there already lined up by the front of the stage to see me. No, just kidding. They're there to see Colt Ford, and there I was doing my best to wear a cowboy hat and try to make it look natural.
Yeah, that was
so
nice. Good look.
it
Now,
actually kept falling off because it was too big for my head, but I do have big hair, so
Yeah.
you know.
well, I've got to ask you. Obviously, we do this for a living, right? We talk to you guys, talk on TV. Very different from that. I think I would be up there crapping my pants. I'd be so nervous.
That's what Byron said.
Yeah, I would not be good with that. What'd you say? Would you grab the mic and
It's
like,
funny.
hey everybody?
See,
I would
think
I would
you're such
fold
a
immediately.
natural. In the mornings, this guy doesn't miss a beat, and same with Byron. I feel like you guys are as smooth as can be.
Appreciate
and
that.
even Byron was like, "Yeah, I think I'd be a little nervous to do."
Absolutely.
That. I will agree. I think the pressure's on when you're in your hometown. As I was like up there emceeing the event, I look over and I see like some of my buddies that I went to high school with that are working at the sheriff's department now, and then I saw my 7th grade teacher as well. And so that I think that makes it a level.
That's
up.
way worse.
Yeah, it's
That's way worse.
But to answer your question, it's one of those things where I think it's a topic I enjoy when it comes to entertainment, country music. That's kind of what I've been doing the past 10 years of my life when it comes to entertainment, especially there in Gibson County. I think I can talk about just about anything if you let me. You guys know
Fair enough.
last week I rambled on here by myself for 5 days straight. So, if I need to talk, challenge accepted.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Good
Well,
question.
Really quick here, we'll take a look at the comments before
Yeah.
we go here. I know our producer Tyler's been back there laying down jokes. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of reading those.
Oh,
We
come
saw
on,
them.
Come on.
Good morning, Laura. Obviously, Scott Mason, a loyal viewer here in the morning. We appreciate you, Scott. Good morning. Dakota, good morning. Nathan, all kinds of people. Kathy's in there saying good morning. Happy to have you guys here this morning on the Monday. Happy to be back, of course. My beautiful wife's watching. Nice. Now I'm nervous. We better wrap this up. I'm getting sweaty. Of course, it's a Monday here. We are back here. For those just joining for the first time here, we're back here Monday through Friday, 8:30 every morning. Myself, Casey, and Byron. A little bit of news, a little bit of weather, just kind of reaching the middle between our newscasts here. For those who don't wake up in time for sunrise and, can't catch the 11 or
We
noon,
gotcha.
this is what we're here for. Give you some top headlines, have fun, chat with you, talk to you about what's going on this weekend for you guys, and kind of get to know you better. And that's pretty much that.
And real quick, if you don't mind, you don't have to, especially since your sweet wife is tuning in. You want to tell folks a little bit about your vacation?
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
You were outdoorsman, I hear.
Kind of. We, my family and I, my mom's side of the family, all went to Tennessee. We were down in the Ashland City area, which is kind of north of Nashville. Obviously, you're familiar a little bit. Out there, whole family, Airbnb situation, I believe on the Cumberland River, which is kind of neat, and the pool there and all that. Everyone's hanging out. It was a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
it was cool.
You showed me a picture of you and your wife on one of the trails this morning, and you
Hiking.
looked like a great time.
It was
You both
fun.
had a good tan, looked like you were out there working up a
That's
sweat.
what it's all about. Yeah.
You said, I truly didn't just lounge around. This vacation, we
Yeah.
did some activities.
We were
too,
kayaking,
so.
We played wiffle ball with my whole family. It was fun. It
No
was cool.
couch potatoes here.
Okay,
so.
no, very serious vacation.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
Thank
I'm glad you and Claire and your whole family had a good time. But man, it's good to have you back.
I'm happy to be here. Like I said, obviously vacation's fun, but I miss you guys too. Happy to be back with you guys at home as well. And you want to call this thing a day?
Let's get out of here.
Let's do
all
it.
right.
All right. Well, right now, what is it? 8:46. Have a great rest of your day here. Try to enjoy the weather. If it rains at all, sorry, blame Byron, not us. We'll see you back here bright and early again tomorrow at 8:30. We'll see
you
you.
guys.